Hi, welcome back to Air Engine Research. If you're a first-time looker, I hope you enjoy seeing what you see, and if you'd like to subscribe, I would appreciate it. And in the future, if you do, give me either a thumbs up or thumbs down, please, so that I know how well I'm doing. And for my subscribers who are back again, thanks for showing up. Today I'm going to be talking about an engine I made in 2011. It was a two-ring, four-cylinder rather, with push-pull valves on it that I had a lot of trouble with leaking, and I didn't really like that, so that caused some problems. This was the ring that I used and welded another ring just like it, kind of offset so that it would form an oval, and that way it would work with being able to push and pull it. And as I got it completed, it worked, but I didn't really like it. It was kind of noisy, and the shape of the thing was a triangle, which is a little bit too big to put in what I wanted to do. So I'll show you what it looked like and then go on a little bit further. Although it had good speed and I think quite a bit of power, I didn't like the valves. I didn't like the idea that I had to have two rings welded together, which made it heavy. And also I wanted to try making a frame that would be much smaller to put into a vehicle. So my next idea then was to take the ring and cut it in half and weld a piece in and make it into an oval with just using one ring, which I ended up doing. And that made it a little bit different as far as how I had to build it. So at the same time, I decided on using a circular valve in the center that rotates, and I got rid of a number of hoses, and I think it will work much better. It did, but again, I had problems with leaks, so I had to work on that, and this is what it sounded like. Okay, over the past week or so, I've been working on the valve assembly right here, trying to make it more compact and more easily assembled and disassembled if I need to work on something. So I think I've got that pretty well done. And I've also included an upper and lower seal in there now so that the air doesn't leak around the valve. I think the prototype is pretty well complete as far as what I need to do to make sure that it works and does what I want it to do. Next thing I'll work on will be the air tank and an assembly for adding air to whatever vehicle I'm going to try to put it in. But it works pretty fair so far. It starts and stops in just any position, so you don't need a starter. I'm running at probably 110 psi, and it's pretty responsive in starting and stopping. I don't know what the torque will be yet, but it will have a fair amount of torque, I'm sure. So you see how that ran. It was pretty responsive, and I thought it would be okay to put in a vehicle of some sort, so I decided to put it in my little old lawnmower just to see if I could make it run. And I got 3 oxygen tanks, old ones, and put them together, and my air compressor goes up to 200 psi, so I put 200 psi in each one of the 3 tanks, and decided I'd see if I could just take it out and drive it in the driveway a bit. So I did that, and before I decided to take it out, I thought I'd try it. I hooked a chain to it, and it was enough that it would spin the wheels in, I think it was 3rd gear, but without a clutch. I had a little trouble, as you could see. So anyway, that was where I got to with that particular engine. It never really did what I thought it should, and it used way too much air. So I decided to try something else, and I'll go into that on my next broadcast. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the couple that I worked on, and I'll get back with you later.